Suppose the problem was asking you to find difference quotient f of x plus h minus f of x over h, and then explain what that quotient means for the function f of x equals 5x squared minus 6. So first of all, what does it mean to say f of x equals 5x squared minus 6, which means whatever your input for x is here will replace this x, and you will have 5 whatever squared minus 6. Once you understand functions, we can evaluate what they're asking us. The underlined words here, difference quotient, you need to know what it means. Difference means what? Subtraction. So learning to read the problem will help you solve it. So difference, so f of x plus h, that's one quantity, minus f of x. F of x is already given to you right here. So we need to evaluate f of x plus h so that we can compute this difference. So let's compute f of x plus h. So what that means is you're replacing x plus h in place of x here and here, right? So you're going to have 5x plus h squared minus 6. Now you have to compute x plus h squared. So that's x plus h times x plus h. So you're going to have x times x, which will give you x squared. So that's this quantity. X times h is xh. H times x is another xh. So you're going to have 2xh and h times h, which is h squared. Multiply it all out, you get 5x squared plus 10xh plus 5h squared minus 6. Your quotient then, which is f of x plus h minus f of x over h, will be all of this quantity that you just found minus f of x. And f of x was this right here. All right, so now it's just an algebraic problem. So remember, difference quotient just means find the difference, which is the numerator, and divide it by h. And then just simplify. So 5x squared minus 5x squared will be gone. Negative 6 minus 6 will also be gone. So you'll be left with 10xh plus 5h squared over h. This h belongs to both these terms, so do the division, and you're left with 10x plus 5h. And so your final answer for the quotient is going to be 10x plus 5h. Please rewind and watch the video again if you are stuck on this problem. Again, what does that mean? Let's take a look at what it means. So first of all, 5x squared plus 6x has this graph, and you can see that for yourself. If you plot x equals 0, you'll get 6, which will be this point. When x is negative 1, you'll get negative 1 squared, which is 1. 5 plus 6 is 11. So negative 1 and 11, 1 and 11. So if you plot a few points, you'll see this is the shape of the graph. X, f of x, is just a generic point on the graph, so I can just move it anywhere I want. X plus h and f of x plus h is also another point other than this one when h is not 0. So it's just a second point on the graph. So now when you compute the difference quotient, if you look at this line that goes through those points, right, how do you find the slope of that line? It will be difference of the y coordinates divided by difference of the x coordinates. And so that means slope of that line is our difference quotient. You computed that difference quotient, it meant that you were computing the slope of that line. That's the meaning of it. All right, let's take a look at another problem. So why don't I give you a few moments and you pause the video here, take your time, do the problem, and then we will work on it together. All right, so assuming that you spent a little time on it, f of x plus h, you're replacing x with x plus h. So it'll be negative x plus h squared minus x plus h plus 3, which is right here. Now it's a matter of opening this bracket up, which will be x times x will give you x squared, x times h plus another h times x will give you 2xh, and h squared will give you h squared. This negative sign distributed in will give you negative x minus h plus 3. distributing this negative sign will give you all of this. So now that we have f of x plus h, we are ready to compute our difference quotient. So now we're ready to compute the difference quotient. So this is what we computed for f of x plus h. This is our f of x, and now we do the subtraction. Negative x squared minus x squared will be gone. Negative x minus x will be gone. Plus 3 minus another plus 3 will be gone. So we're left with negative 2xh minus h squared over h. And then every single term has a h over it, so we can reduce it. And you'll end up with negative 2x minus 1 minus h. So go practice more problems on your own.